Morning, how you guys doing today? So I just want to record a quick video on Bay Area real estate, and more specifically my fear for Bay Area real estate prices. I think they're again for a drop, over the next 6 months for sure. And really it's because of what we're seeing going on in the stock market, right? Apple pre-announced yesterday, and they're taking the impact today. Tesla had a blip last week, I think, when they did lowered cost $2,000 because of a rebate that was being removed from electric cars and all of that. So what this really means, though, is there's going to be a lot less people feeling wealthy. People in the Silicon Valley often are buying homes with their restricted stock, sometimes called RSUs, sometimes called options, whatever you want to call it. But basically, it's stock-based compensation that comes in yearly or quarterly. And what that really means is if those chunks of money aren't showing up, they're going to have a lot less appetite to commit to such a large mortgage payment, right? If we sort of put some numbers around it and we just call the average house $1 million, and they're going to come in and put 20 or 30% down, we're talking $200,000 to $300,000. That's just mind-boggling, right? Especially when you realize the down payment could buy a house in most other markets, or at least many other markets. So if these individuals are not feeling as confident, right? They saw their quarterly, checks go from, let's just say 50 to 20. They're not gonna feel as wealthy. They're gonna probably be scared. They're gonna tuck away the money. And again, real estate is an emotional purchase. And if you are not, aware of that, you won't see the tide coming. Right now, stock market's getting crushed, the NASDAQ specifically. I believe there's a lot of folks in the Valley who have maybe had plans to buy a home who simply won't, right? They're going to sit on the sidelines, they're going to keep renting, or they're going to stay in their smaller home and maybe do some upgrades, but they're not going to step up and buy a bigger place. And this is just going to go right in the face of rising interest rates and affordability and all those things. So I think there's multiple things going to start taking big chunks out of the Silicon Valley or the Bay Area real estate market. I think inventory is going to explode. I think it could double because people need to sell. Unfortunately, they're going to be trying to sell into a market where there's simply no buyers, or at least very few buyers. And it's going to come in waves, but we could see significant price cuts, certainly double digits. I think it's going to happen by the summer for sure, because real estate's not like stock. It doesn't change second to second. So it takes time to have all these things ripple through. But I do believe the Bay Area real estate market's in trouble. I think it's going to be localized because, again, we got so unaffordable. We sort of got ahead of ourselves, and now we need to pay the price. I think secondary markets are going to be just fine. I don't see, most of the country is going to be fine, right? This is going to be a very Bay Area sort of tech-based problem. This is something similar to what I've read about the oil boom or bust in Texas. It could be that bad, right? There are going to, we're so dependent on technology, and more specifically the stock of technology companies to make acquisitions and to live, frankly, that that's now going to dry up, or at least be less than it was. So I think the Bay Area is in for some pain, unfortunately. So, if I was a buyer, I would certainly sit on the sidelines for 6 months or so, because I think you're going to get better deals. If I was a flipper, I'd get rid of everything I could. I'd take a loss, because I think you're in some big trouble if you don't. If you're a landlord and stuff's cash flowing for you, no big deal. I think your rental rates are going to go up, or at least occupancy will go up. So again, this is just a fear I have, and I just sort of wanted to relate what's going on in the stock market to what I think will be going on in the real estate market in the Bay Area. So have a great day. Take care.